Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going to be looking at Darwinex Zero. It's a platform that's making some pretty big promises in the world of trading.
For sure.
And all the information for this deep dive is coming from buystocks.ai, which is Enda's website. And I'll leave some account information in the description below where you can save up to 20% off the Darwinex Zero subscription fee.
Sounds good.
Now, this platform says it's going to help traders like you and me develop our skills, potentially attract investors, and even earn a performance fee, all without risking our own capital.
Sounds great.
Sounds pretty good in theories, right?
It does, it does.
So what's your take? What do you think about this whole idea of Darwinex Zero?
I think the potential here is really interesting. It's really trying to bridge that gap between learning how to trade and actually building a track record to attract investment.
Yeah, that's what kind of caught my eye too.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just another trading simulator. It's like there's a path here.
Exactly.
To potentially becoming, as they say, an investable trader.
Yeah.
I think before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we need to start with the basic. What exactly is Darwinex and where does Darwinex Zero fit in?
Darwinex itself, they've been around for quite a while. It started in 2012.
Really?
Yeah. And they're actually regulated in both the UK and the EU.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they manage over $130 million in assets.
Okay, so they're not just some small startup
Not at all.
messing around in the world of fintech.
No, they've got a pretty impressive track record.
Okay.
They've already helped a number of skilled traders get recognized and attract significant investment.
Okay.
Some of the strategies on their platform have actually pulled in over $15 million.
Wow. Okay, so this is serious business.
Yeah, they're the real deal.
So Darwinex Zero's...
It's like their way of opening the door to a wider range of traders.
Right.
Particularly those that are maybe just starting out or who maybe don't have the capital to risk in live trading.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it's like an incubator or a training ground for aspiring traders, right?
You could say that. Yeah.
But how is this different from other educational platforms or simulated trading accounts?
One of the key differences is this concept of a Darwin.
Oh, say, wait, stop right there.
Okay.
We need to unpack this whole Darwin thing.
Okay.
Because it seems like this is at the heart of how Darwinex Zero works.
Yeah, it's pretty central.
Can you explain it to me like I'm 5 years old? Like, I have no idea what trading is.
Okay, so imagine you've come up with this brilliant trading strategy.
Okay.
You know, when to buy, when to sell, how to manage your risk, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
Now, let's say you want other people to benefit from this, but you don't want them to know all your secrets. You don't want them meddling in your trades.
Yeah, that's a valid concern.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to give away their secret sauce.
Right.
So what is this? What is this Darwin?
So a Darwin is essentially a way to package that trading strategy into this little black box that other people can invest in. So they can see the results, the profits, the losses, the risk profile, but they don't actually see what trades you're making.
So it's like having your own mini hedge fund.
Yeah.
Without all the headaches of setting one up.
That's a great analogy.
Okay.
So that's what makes Darwinex Zero so appealing, right?
Yeah.
It gives you the potential to earn a performance fee.
Okay.
Just like a hedge fund manager.
Okay.
But you don't need millions of dollars or to deal with all the regulatory hurdles.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting.
So
I'm starting to see how the pieces fit together here.
Yeah.
But what about actually using Darwinex Zero?
Okay.
What are the actual steps involved? Do you just create an account and start trading with virtual money?
It's a bit more structured than that. They've actually designed this multi-stage process to help you progress from a novice trader to a potentially investable asset manager.
Okay, so walk me through it. What are the stages?
Okay, so the first stage is what they call calibration.
Okay.
This is where you're going to start trading with $100,000 in virtual funds.
Okay.
And if you're trading stocks and ETFs, they actually give you $1 million to play with.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the key here is to focus on generating consistent trading signals. We're not necessarily trying to make
huge profits.
Massive profits. Yeah.
You're trying to show that you've got a good trading strategy.
Consistency.
That you can manage risk effectively.
So it's not about chasing quick wins.
Not at all. It's about consistency and discipline.
So as you're trading, their algorithms are analyzing everything you're doing. Yeah, they're watching every move you make.
And they're using that to build your Darwin.
Exactly.
So this stage, you said it's called the calibration phase.
Yeah, calibration.
How long does it take? What do you have to do?
So you have to make at least 20 risk equivalent trading choices over a period of 10 trading days.
Okay, so it's not just the number of trades. It's about the quality and consistency of your decision making. Yeah. They want to see that you're making good choices.
So what happens when you complete this?
Then you can move on to the next level.
Okay, so there's like a prize at the end of this rainbow.
There is.
Okay, what is it?
So the next stage is called DarwinIA Silver.
Okay.
And this is where things get really interesting.
Okay, tell me more.
So in DarwinIA Silver, you actually get the opportunity to manage Darwinex's own capital.
Wait, they're giving you real money to trade with.
Real money? Yeah. Based on your performance. This is how you've done in this calibration phase.
In the calibration stage, yeah.
That seems risky for them.
There are qualifications.
Okay.
So your Darwin has to achieve a minimum rating of 75.
Okay.
And that will give you a guaranteed allocation of 30,000.
Okay.
But based on your performance relative to the other traders, you could be managing up to 375,000.
Wow, that's a big jump.
It is, it is.
What determines the size of the allocation? Is it just whoever makes the most profit?
It's a little more nuanced than that.
Okay.
They use a number of factors, including risk-adjusted returns, your consistency, and your drawdown.
Okay.
They're not just looking for traders that can make a quick buck.
Right.
They're looking for people who can demonstrate sustainable profitability.
Yeah, it's that sweet spot between maximizing returns and managing risk.
That's what they're looking for.
So if you can do that consistently, you have a shot at moving to the next stage.
Exactly. You can move on to DarwinIA Gold.
Ooh, okay, so we're going to save that.
And I'll save that for part 2.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we're clear on a few things here.
Okay.
This whole process, calibration, DarwinIA Silver, it's all done without risking any of your own money.
That's right. You're either trading with virtual funds or Darwinex's own capital.
You only start using your own money if you decide to trade on their live platform after you graduate.
Exactly. That's a good point.
Okay.
It's an important distinction.
All right. And this whole Darwin thing, I feel like it's still abstract.
Okay.
Can you give me like a real world example of how this works?
Sure. So let's say you have a strategy.
Okay.
And you focus on the EUR-USD currency pair.
Yeah.
You've back tested it.
Yep.
You've refined it in the calibration stage. And now you're managing, let's say, 50,000 euro of Darwinex's capital in DarwinIA Silver.
Okay.
Your Darwin is basically a tracker that reflects how your strategy is doing.
Okay.
So if your strategy makes a 5% return, your Darwin is also going to go up 5%.
So it's like a mirror image of your trading performance packaged as a tradable asset.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's what attracts the investors.
Okay.
They can see your track record, your risk profile, all reflected in your Darwin, and they decide whether or not to invest in your strategy.
But they don't know the actual trade.
They don't know the secret recipe. They just see the outcome.
So it's like investing in a mutual fund or an ETF.
Yeah.
But instead of tracking a basket of stocks or bonds, it's tracking the performance of a human trader.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay, so
that's what makes Darwin so unique and potentially disruptive.
Yeah, I can see that.
It brings the human element to the world of quantitative trading and algorithmic investment.
Oh, yeah? Really interesting.
Yeah.
It's like the best of both worlds.
Exactly.
Okay, so we'll continue this in part 2.
Sounds good.
We'll dive into DarwinIA Gold.
I can't wait.
It's going to be exciting.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned for that.
All right.
So let's pick up where we left off.
Okay.
We were about to delve into the mysteries of DarwinIA Gold.
All right.
What makes this stage so special?
So DarwinIA Gold basically like the gateway to becoming a truly investable trader within the Darwinex ecosystem.
Okay.
So this is where your Darwin is going to be exposed to external investors.
So not just Darwinex's capital anymore.
Exactly.
Now we're talking.
Now you're playing in the big leagues.
Yeah, and the stakes are higher too, right?
The stakes are definitely higher.
Okay.
Yeah, so the potential allocation in DarwinIA Gold jumps up to 500,000 euros. But it's a lot more competitive, you know?
Especially if you can attract some outside investment.
You're talking about the potential to earn a substantial performance fee on potentially millions of dollars of managed assets.
Okay, so this is where you can really start to build a career.
Yeah, this is it.
As a professional asset manager.
This is where it gets serious.
But how do investors actually find and invest in these Darwins?
So they have a platform called Darwinex Classic.
Okay.
And this is where investors can basically browse and compare different Darwins based on all sorts of criteria.
So it's like a
It's like a stock exchange, but for trading strategy.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So investors can buy and sell Darwins.
Exactly.
Just like stocks and ETFs.
Yeah.
And the price of a Darwin fluctuates based on the performance.
Exactly, based on the performance.
So the better your Darwin performs,
yeah,
the more valuable it becomes.
The more valuable it becomes.
And the more attractive.
And the more investors want a piece of it.
So it's a system.
It's a system that rewards consistent performance.
It incentivizes traders to make money.
It keeps everybody happy.
For their investors.
Yeah. Everybody wins.
Okay. Now, one thing I'm curious about is risk management.
Okay.
We talked earlier about this risk engine that Darwinex uses.
It's a key part of the platform.
Yeah, to monitor traders.
Yeah.
And adjust positions.
Yeah.
But how does that play out in terms of attracting investors?
So that's one of the things that really sets Darwin's apart.
Okay.
It's like having a mini hedge fund with built-in risk management.
Okay.
So the risk engine is constantly analyzing your trading activity.
Yeah.
And it's calculating something called value at risk. Or VAR.
Okay.
And this is basically a measure of the potential loss that an investment could experience.
So it's like a worst case scenario calculator?
Yeah, you could say that.
It's telling investors, hey, here's how much you could potentially lose.
Exactly. Here's the downside risk.
On this Darwin.
Yep. And then the risk engine uses that calculation to adjust your position sizes. So if you start getting a little bit too risky, the risk engine's going to step in and reduce your position sizes.
Okay, so it's like a safety mechanism.
It is. It is.
That prevents traders from going too far out on a limb.
Yeah, it's there to protect both the traders and the investors.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So investors know that.
They know that the risk is being managed behind the scenes.
Okay, so it takes a lot of the guesswork out.
It does. It takes a lot of the uncertainty out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what about the traders themselves?
Okay.
Doesn't it feel a bit restrictive?
I could see how it could feel that way at first.
Yeah, like they're being micromanaged by an algorithm.
Yeah, but I think a lot of traders actually appreciate the discipline.
Really?
Yeah, because it takes some of the emotional pressure off.
Okay, that makes...
Because we all know emotions can be a trader's worst enemy.
Yeah. For sure, I've been there.
You make impulsive decisions.
Yeah.
You make costly mistakes.
So it's like having emotionless trading buddy.
Yeah, like a guardian angel looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, making sure you don't do anything stupid.
Making sure you stay on track.
What about the impact on performance, though?
Okay.
Doesn't this constant adjustment potentially limit the upside?
It's a good question, but the risk engine is designed to protect from those big losses.
Okay.
So it's not about eliminating risk completely. It's about managing it.
Okay.
So you can be profitable.
So it's about that balance, maximizing return.
It is. It's about finding that balance.
And preserving capital.
Exactly. Yeah. And a lot of times it can actually enhance performance.
Okay.
Because it stops you from making those really big mistakes.
So it's not necessarily a trade-off between risk management?
No, they can work together.
And performance.
They can definitely work together.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's something I want our listeners to understand.
It's about the big picture.
Yeah.
It's not about getting rich quick.
It's about
having a solid strategy.
Yeah.
Managing your risk.
Yeah.
And performing consistently over time.
Okay. Now, we've talked a lot about the benefits of Darwinex Zero. But what about the downsides?
Okay.
Are there any risks or drawbacks that traders should be aware of?
Like with any system,
yeah,
there are going to be risks.
Okay.
One thing is your Darwin could underperform.
Okay, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah, that's always a possibility.
But what happens if it consistently loses money?
They're not going to kick you off the platform.
Okay.
Remember, Darwinex Zero is all about helping you develop your skills.
Okay.
So even if your Darwin is not doing great, you're still gaining valuable experience.
So it's a learning process.
It is.
Even if you're not making money.
Yeah, you're learning from your mistakes.
Okay. And they provide resources to help you.
Yeah, they have tons of educational materials.
Okay.
They have webinars. They have a community forum.
Okay.
All designed to help you succeed.
Okay, so it's not like a sink or swim environment.
No, they actually want you to do well.
They're invested in your success.
Absolutely.
But what about the financial side of things?
Okay.
What happens if your Darwin underperforms?
Yeah.
In DarwinIA Silver or Gold? Do you lose the allocation?
You could, yeah. That they've given you.
Yeah, if your performance falls below certain thresholds.
But it's not an all or nothing thing.
No, it's a graduated system.
Okay.
So your allocation gets reduced gradually.
Okay, so it's like a warning system.
Yeah, like a yellow card.
Yeah.
They're giving you a chance to improve.
Okay, that makes sense.
before they take it away completely.
And even if you do lose your allocation,
Yeah.
you can reapply.
You can reapply
Once you've
gotten your act together
improved your strategy.
and you're showing consistent profits.
Okay, it's not the end of the world.
No, not at all.
If you hit a rough patch,
You can always bounce back.
and even if you don't make it to DarwinIA Gold,
Yeah.
you can still migrate your Darwin
Exactly.
to Darwinex class. You can keep building your track record
Yeah.
on the main platform.
Okay, so it's like a safety net.
It is. It is.
Okay, so we've talked about the risks
Yeah.
and the support systems.
Yeah.
But let's talk bigger picture now.
Okay.
What are the broader implications of this platform
Yeah.
and this approach to trading?
So I think Darwinex Zero is potentially
Yeah.
a real paradigm shift
Okay.
in how we think about
Yeah.
trading and investment.
Okay, tell me more.
So traditionally, finance has been dominated
Yeah.
by these big institutions, hedge funds, wealthy individuals.
Okay.
But platforms like Darwinex Zero
Yeah.
are democratizing access to
Right.
capital and opportunity.
So they're breaking down the barriers to entry.
Exactly. They're leveling the playing field.
Okay.
You don't need a fancy degree.
Right.
You don't need to come from Wall Street.
Yeah.
You don't need millions of dollars.
You just need a good strategy
You need a solid trading strategy
and the discipline to execute.
and the discipline to execute it.
Okay, so it's about empowering individuals
Absolutely.
to take control of their financial future.
That's what it's all about.
And it's about creating a more transparent system.
Yeah, a more meritocratic system.
Yeah.
You're being judged on your performance,
Yeah.
not on who you know or
Yeah.
where you come from.
So this could really disrupt
I think it could,
the
yeah.
financial industry?
In a good way.
Yeah, in a good way.
Yeah.
Okay, so who do you think
Okay.
this platform is best suited for?
I think Darwinex Zero has something to offer
Yeah.
to a pretty wide range of traders.
Okay, break it down for us.
All right, so for beginners,
Yeah.
it's a great way to learn how to trade
Okay,
in a risk-free environment.
okay.
You can test out different strategies,
Yeah.
build your skills
Yeah.
without risking any of your own money.
So it's like a trading simulator,
Yeah,
but on steroids?
on steroids, exactly.
Okay.
And then for more experienced traders,
It's a chance to showcase your skills,
yeah,
attract investment.
yeah,
So it seems like Darwinex
yeah,
has really thought this through
I think they have.
from both the trader
Yeah,
and the investor perspective.
I think they've done a good job.
Remember, all of this information is coming from Enda's website, buystocks.ai. And if you like what you hear, be sure to stick around till the end because I'll have some discount information where you can save up to 20% off that Darwinex Zero subscription fee. You mentioned something called the 100,000 permanent allocation.
Yeah, that's a really cool feature.
What's that all about?
So basically, it's a chance for traders to get a lifetime allocation of $100,000 to manage.
A lifetime allocation.
Yep, no expiration date, no recurring costs. It's yours.
That sounds almost too good to be true.
There are some conditions.
Okay, what's the catch?
So to qualify,
Yeah.
you have to hit a specific performance target,
Okay.
and you get to choose your target.
Okay.
5%, 10%, 15%, or 20%.
Okay.
And the higher the target you go for,
Yeah.
the lower the one-time fee you pay.
Okay, so you're betting on yourself, basically.
Yeah, you're putting your money where your mouth is.
Yeah.
But once you hit that target,
Yeah.
that 100,000 is yours. You get a 15% performance fee every 3 months on any profits above your activation quote.
So that's a pretty sweet deal.
It's a great incentive.
Now let's talk about leverage for a minute.
Okay.
Can traders use leverage
Yes, they can.
on the platform?
Yeah, but they apply it automatically
Yeah.
based on the asset class you're trading.
Okay, so what are we talking about here?
So for Forex pairs, it's 30.1.
Okay.
Indices and commodities, it's 20.1.
Okay.
And then for stocks and ETFs, it's 5.1.
Okay, so there's some flexibility there,
Yeah, there's some flexibility.
but they're not exactly encouraging. Reckless leverage.
Why is that? Okay.
First of all,
Yeah.
the standard CFD account
Okay.
comes with $100,000 in virtual equity. That should be more than enough to show what you can do
Okay.
without needing to use crazy leverage.
So they're encouraging traders
Yeah,
to focus on skill.
exactly. To focus on building that solid foundation
Yeah.
of discipline and consistency.
Over the long term.
So they recently actually increased the maximum leverage
They did, yeah.
to make the platform more user-friendly.
Yeah, especially for people using expert advisors.
Okay.
But
yeah.
the focus is still very much on responsible trading.
That's all the time we have
Okay.
for our deep dive into Darwinex Zero.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
I hope you found it informative
I hope so too.
and insightful.
Yeah, it's a fascinating platform.
It is. It is. And if you want to explore it further,
yeah,
don't forget to check the description below.
There's a discount link down there.
For a special discount that could save you up to 20%.
20% off. That's a good deal.
Off the subscription fee.
Yeah.
Big thanks to Enda's website, buystocks.ai.
Yeah, great information.
For the detailed information on Darwinex Zero.
Yeah, really comprehensive.
And to our listeners.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on this journey of knowledge and discovery.